don't. So if they don't, then I will help them. So it might just be the validation about that. So I'm just going to leave it, okay? Okay, because I feel like I want to come to John. Is he the main one you were hoping for? Yeah, because he keeps saying to me that he's your one and only, so that's how I know. And he's asking me to call him John. Some people call him Johnny. So I feel like I want to call him Johnny. So whether that was family or friends, do you understand it? Okay, good. Alright, I'm starting to feel him. Yeah, that's what I'm being told. Alright, I know that he's one of my last ones. There might be one or two others because I can still feel people here, but right now I'm connecting to him for you, okay? So we'll go into my guides say they lost their energy. Do you understand what he's saying to me? She was asking me to come, but she didn't know if I would show up. Do you understand that? Okay, good, because that's what he's saying to me. And can you close that door? Like, really? How are you that obnoxious? Sorry. I mean, come on. He's saying to me he was young. Do you understand it? Young to me in spirit is under 50. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. When they come through and they say that they passed young in spirit, it usually means 50 or under. Okay, perfect. And it's just the way of them making me say young. I'm smelling all this smoke around him. There's a really strong older gentleman stepping in with him, and I smell nothing but smoke. Do you understand it? Okay, I'm just going to leave that for a minute. Do you understand it too? Alright, so I'm just going to leave it.
One thing.
Huh?
It could be more than one thing.
Okay, I'm just going to leave it because I'm smelling nothing but smoke, so I'm just going to leave it. Now, even though I know that there's a few things... Is that better? It's because I'm too close, like... Can you hear me now? Alright, I'm going to sit over here. Maybe that'll be better because I'm not like direct... Really? I can't wait to buy a new system where it's like actually up on. Yeah, we're buying that before next month. It's driving me crazy. Alright. Is that better? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to have him come stand beside me, okay? Instead. But there's a gentleman just behind him. I can smell the smoke clear as day, and it's almost like engulfing me. Do you understand? So I'm just going to leave that. I don't know if he will step in, but he's saying to me to call him Johnny. Some people call him Johnny, but I know that most people called him John as well. Okay, brother energy for you. Perfect, good. Can I ask you a question? Were you close, but like a bantering close?
We were like twins, but not the same.
Do you understand it? Okay. This is the way he makes me feel. The two of you were very, very close as siblings, but I feel the normaling sibling of, I want to pick on her, because that's how he makes me feel. Do you understand that? He gave you more of a hard time than you gave him?
Yes.
Uh-huh, because he said it went both ways, but I was the one that was best at it. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just telling you what he's saying to me. And what's with the 3 or the month of March? It's very clear to me, 3. He keeps saying 3, and he's holding his fingers up.
There are a lot of birthdays.
Okay, so I'm going to leave it, because it could be that he wants to validate somebody else that's here that he wants to give a message to. Do you understand it? You still have parents here?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he keeps saying to me it's not about her, it's about them as well, and I feel like it goes to the parents as well. Do you understand? Okay. Are you close to your parents?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are they close to you as far as location now?
They used to be, my mom used to be closer.
Do you understand it?
Yes.
Because he said we have to talk about the location. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes.
Okay. So there's been a move since then? Okay, that's it. When they start to make me feel like we need to talk about relocating, it's his way of validating that she relocated. Do you understand that? Okay, perfect. It's just states away. No, I'm asking. So he keeps saying, talk about the relocation, so I'm just going to leave it until he explains it to me. Okay? And who's the maternal energy you were hoping for? Okay. She was like a mom to you? Okay. Good, because as he starts to talk to me, I can feel the gentleman just behind him, and he's already given me, your brother's already given me the name. I can feel the gentleman just behind him, and all I do is smell smoke, and then I have a lady stepping forward, and I get mother energy. Do you understand it? Okay, good. Is there a big smoker in your family? Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it until he announces himself. But I'm like, that's a little too much. Step back for me for a minute, okay? But what he's saying to me is, I feel like I need to sit close to you. Nothing's driving me bananas. So maybe I can sit somewhere like over here and look at you and it won't go off. Oh, thanks. I would have sat there, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm asking the gentleman that smells like nothing but smoke to the point of it burning my nose to step back just a little bit, okay? So I'm asking your brother to actually step through. Are you still close to both your parents?
My dad is passed. Yes.
Okay, because he keeps saying to me, still close, still close, still close. So I'm going to leave it, okay? I think that's why he kept saying to me, talk about the parent, talk about the parents, meaning he's trying to validate one here, one not, and that she relocated. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm just going to leave it. He keeps saying something about he's happy with her move. And who's the one that had the cancer? Somebody's making me sick.
Several.
Okay. I have a bunch of people stepping in right now, and someone's making me really, really, really sick to my stomach. So I'm going to start with your brother first, okay? He's wearing me down. Yeah, I'm getting so sick to my stomach. This gentleman that I smell the smoke around, he keeps saying to me, why isn't she asking for me? Do you understand it?
If it's what I think it is, I do ask for him, but
he's teasing you, honey. Well, it's his way of giving you a hard time.
If it is, he would know that that would irritate me. He would know.
I know.
We had a kind of relationship.
I know. He's teasing you on purpose. Mm-hmm. Do you understand it? Okay, but all I smell is smoke. I'm starting with the brother. Somebody's making me feel cancer. There's 12 people here, meaning you have a lot of loss in your family, but I'm starting with the John brother first, okay? You understand everything I've said so far, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. When they said before parent, it could be parent or parents, and I was like, well, tell me about it, and then he was like, location of the mother, which means he was just trying to validate she's still here as far as the location, which means he was trying to make me feel that there was separation between the two of them. And that can mean divorce, or because one person's here, one person isn't. Do you understand? Perfect. And that might be why he kept saying location to me again, meaning to attach to that. I'm going to wait just a minute. Who recognizes Robert?
So I can just leave the whole thing.
Very strong Robert, and I want to call him Bob.
I only recorded when you started.
You recognize that?
Once you stop.
Who's that for you?
Everyone.
Okay, good. So I'm just going to leave it for a minute. And you have a parent passed as well? Okay, good. So I feel like they might step in together, okay? But he's already grabbing my attention, and he keeps saying Robert, and I want to say Bob. Is this your first time talking to him? Okay. Because he said, she's been waiting patiently. Do you understand it? Okay, good. So I'm going to leave him for a minute. But I want to come to the brother. Because even though all these other people are here, I don't know who's going to step up. And who has the birthday in December? Because I know it's somebody here, meaning at this table, because they're not validating it's them, and I keep getting balloons passed, and I keep hearing happy birthday, and it's December. So it's their way of saying happy birthday to you. Do you understand it? Okay. The father energy for you that's passed in spirit was passed long before your birthday? Okay, because I'm being told, tell her I was there to celebrate with her because I haven't been there in a while. Do you understand? Meaning it came from him. Okay? Good. So whether father or grandfather, it's just what I feel. I just smell all that smoke. See the smoker? Mm-hmm. He says it's me. I said, okay, just give me a minute until I get to you, but I have to start with the brother first. Do you understand that? You know what it is? I have all these people, 12 people standing here talking. I have 4 standing right in front of me, and everyone's trying to talk at once because they're so excited. Because you've had a lot of loss in your young age. Do you understand that? Okay, good. That's what it's about. So I'm going to start with your brother. He says to me, is he the one most recent for you?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's the way he's making me feel. Because he's saying to me, even though everyone else is standing here, I'm the one that's going to talk first because she's still having a hard time because of how long I've been gone. Do you understand it? And that usually means recent passing. Do you understand it? Meaning he's the one that's most recent out of everybody. Okay, good. Figure this out because he's making me his personality and I'm trying to put it into words because it's hard to describe. Do you understand it? Alright, so I'm just going to leave it until he gives it to me. I feel like I want to make the ladies check me out, and then at the same time I want to sit and play video games, and I said, how can you do both? I don't know what that is. Do you understand that?
I'm sure I know what that is.
Okay. Means in his perception. Doesn't mean that's how he acted. It means in his perception. So I'm going to leave it. Because it doesn't even have to be women. He just makes me feel like he was always trying to look for somebody to make him happy in his life.
Yes.
Do you understand it? That's what it's about. Because I had to stop and be like, explain this to me. Now you understand? Perfect. Good. So it was him making me feel like he was always searching for that right person. Do you understand it? Do you feel like he never found it? Do you understand that? Okay. Because that's why he kept making me feel like I wanted to just attach to finding a love for him. Do you understand it? Yeah. He's saying to me, I had a lot of good times. I probably did some things I shouldn't have done. Do you understand? Okay. But the one thing that was always missing in my life was I was always looking for somebody to be happy with. Do you understand that? That's what it's about. Okay? That's exactly what it's about. He's saying to me, she needs to know, even though sometimes it looked like I struggled, that I'm happy with some of the choices I made, even though some of them weren't exactly the brightest. Never had anyone say that.
Oh, believe me.
Do you understand it? Okay, because that's what he's saying to me, okay? She knows that I cared about her because we were very close. We never really said I love you the way we should have. Do you understand it? So that means it was never said, or it wasn't said the way it was supposed to be, okay? So you have to remember, they want to make me feel like what they were like when they were here before they were on the other side, okay? But once they're on the other side and they're with God, it's nothing but pure love. So it's his way of having a different kind of love for you now from the other side, okay? And he still wants to watch over you. He's protective of you. And he's not making me feel whether it was like that on this level or not, but he's very protective now. Do you understand it? Okay, good. But I don't feel like he's the only one because there's that father energy too. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, very protective. Completely different story. Do you understand? Wonderful. Bye. Bye, honey. Watch for your hubby. So cute. So, bye. So anyway, once I get down to, they know I only have 1 or 2 people because I've already read them. They start to go sometimes. So I'm just going to come back to him because I got so caught up in her and her precious little husband that was like so just wanting to hug her so much. It was just so sweet. This is what he keeps saying to me.
Take your time.
There was part of her that always felt like she really saw me, even though there was something she didn't understand about me. She saw who I truly was, even though she didn't understand some of the things about me and my choices. Do you understand it? Perfect. So that's what he's explaining your relationship, the closeness where you feel like you were really close to him. But I feel like he gave you a hard time a little bit. Do you understand it? Yeah. Okay, good. Somebody keeps making me feel ashes. Who's the person that has the cremains of their loved one? All right, I'll be there in just a little bit because everybody else is trying to step in. And is this the person that had the aneurysm before? Okay, I'm coming back to you guys after I'm done with her. That's what it is. The person that was making me feel the aneurysm before. And whose parent is that? Okay, honey, I'll be there. Good. You have the ashes as far as the remains? Okay. Perfect. What's with the piece of jewelry? Do you understand that? Oh my gosh, I'm like, hold on, wait until I get there, because they're like trying to get me down there. You understand everything I just said to you? Okay, wonderful. All right, I want to finish with him and let her dad talk to her just a little bit, and then I'm going to come down to you guys, okay? Because that's a person that was making me feel the aneurysm earlier. I can already feel the ashes as far as the cremains. I'm already being told about the jewelry, and I'm being told it's somebody's parent. Do you understand that? Okay, wonderful. Were you sitting here just saying, please come through before we leave? You were heard, honey, okay? Good. I know that everybody, and this is so hard for me when I do groups like this because I never control who I read, and I try to tell people I have zero control over this, so I have no clue when I walk into a room anybody's name or who I'm going to end up reading for, and that's just the way it is. And I just pass the information as to who approaches me and what I have actually a blessing to actually channel and pass to people. It's truly a blessing. I'm gonna cry. It's truly a blessing for me, and I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything. But when I first started doing groups, you can ask my hubby, I would go home and just cry for days because I would feel all the sadness of I didn't have a chance to read everybody, but they only stay for so long and they can only hold their energy for so long. So it's always hard for me when I do groups that I don't have a chance to get to everybody. But I feel like they're going to take me down there, and then there might be possibly one other person, but I can feel them already starting to shut me down. So I just want to hear him and hear the Father energy really quick. But it's just his way of making me feel his personality, explaining your relationship. Do you understand all of it? Wonderful. Okay. He said I just have to say to my sister that I love her. What did you think about, or what did you get in the honor? Because he said, tell her I know it's crossed her mind, but she hasn't followed through with it.
What?
In honor of him.
I followed through with it. I've already got it.
I'm going to ask him to show it to me then. Did you think about it and then wait and then do it? Because sometimes it's about the time frame.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's what it is. So he's making me feel the progression of the time frame. Do you understand it? Good. But sometimes he'll say, she thought about it, then I waited, and then the follow through. Do you understand? Okay, good. What's the ink? He said, talk about the ink. Is that the honoring? Perfect. Never had anyone call it ink. Usually they say tattoo, but that's okay. Do you understand? Perfect. Good. So it's his way of acknowledging that the ink was put on. Okay, so you got that in his honor? Wonderful. Good. Let her know that I know. Okay, that's why. My guide said it's just the way he was trying to describe it to you, because she thought about it for a while and then she didn't do it. And then she said she was going to follow through with it, and she thought about it again, and he debated on whether she was going to follow through with it, and now he's saying she did. Do you understand it? Perfect. So it was just his way of making me feel the progression. That's all it was. And then he said, talk about the ink. Good. So it's his way of acknowledging that he knows that you got that tattoo. Okay? To celebrate him. Do you understand? Good. He's just saying to me that he said, I'm thankful to stand here. He said, I just needed her to know that it's peaceful here, and that I'm happy. She knows that I always cared about her. Tell her I love her. That's what it is. Good. He's just